that faith is what I find that I had very little of when I was a young boy. And even as I've grown up, I find that it's faith that God keeps asking me to have, is have faith. And so I want to share a couple of things about faith as I'm reminded of. The first place I'd like to go to is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. And it's going to be extremely important for you to remember Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. Because it tells me what faith is. And it tells me how important faith is. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6 says, it is impossible to please God without faith. Impossible. Not difficult, not highly unlikely, but impossible. So that word impossible really needs to sink in to us, that I must ask myself every day, many times a day, that if I want to please God, I need to have faith. I may not have many other things, but I need to have faith. So I must make this a constant check. It's like telling you it is impossible to live if you don't have oxygen. In the same way, imagine when we feel we are in a room or a place where there's not much oxygen, we can start to panic. We can start to say, wait, I need to make sure that there's oxygen here. Some of us don't like to be in a closed room or in a small space. Part of the reason is because our body is saying, you need oxygen. When you go to the moon, they wear a spacesuit because it's impossible to live without oxygen. Our spiritual bodies, we must have that same mindset, that we must ask ourselves, how often do you need oxygen in a day? All the time. With every breath that you're taking oxygen in. In the same way, we need to have that kind of faith. That is why Jesus, even though it was with his disciples, he said, I'm disappointed in you disciples. You left everything, but I'm really, you foolish, you little people of little faith. And it is impossible to please God without faith. So this is a constant reminder to us. Lord Jesus, faith is so important. Just like it is impossible to live on this earth without oxygen, it is impossible to please God, to live a life that is all pleasing to God without faith.